There are a little over 200 calendar days between the beginning of March and the end of September. Plenty of time to start and stop a hobby, begin a new diet, and then eat McDonald's 5 days in a row. That wasn't me. Start working out and get hurt and then stop. That was me. And make plenty of excuses as to why you can't make any artwork at all. Unless you're Minnie Adkins. During the beginning of the pandemic in March of 2020, Minnie Adkins had whittled 182 pieces from March till September. Which, if you're keeping track at home and you're good at math like my 8-year-old son, that's basically a wood carving a day. As she told NPR in an interview with Sherry Lawson, after that, she had done 62 paintings. During this time, Minnie was 86 years old. Minnie Adkins is a Kentucky folk artist known for her painted wood carvings of animals, roosters, red foxes, bears, possums, horses, whatever this is. She was born in 1934 in Ionsville, a small town in rural eastern Kentucky, to a working class family, low on income, but full of pride. While a young child, she was attracted to whittling wooden sticks. Minnie was just 6 years old when she began carving using a pocket knife loaned to her by her uncle, until her father found out and reluctantly gave her one of her own. At first, it wasn't about a career or making money.
As Minnie said,
I started whittling and creating slingshots, pop guns, and bow and arrows when I was about 10 years old.
Thanks, Minnie.
She soon took up a hobby that, as I read multiple times while researching Minnie, everyone kept saying wasn't a hobby for girls. More of a hobby for young boys and men. I guess one would want me to think of Elijah Pierce instead. Similar story. Another famous folk artist, a couple 100 miles away, a couple years older. Elijah Pierce, a black man from Mississippi living in Ohio, probably wasn't supposed to become a famous artist either. But he also got handed a pocket knife as a young child and would go on to become one of the most prominent and important folk artists of the 20th century. Give your children pocket knives? Elijah Pierce is a story for another day. Let's get back to Minnie.
If I had to describe my title as folk artist or outsider art or whatever, I like to be known as a wood carver.
Minnie Adkins kept whittling. She quit school after the 9th grade as she was expected to help with the farm work, including growing tobacco. Instead, she married at age 18. And a few years after that, in 1968, Adkins and her husband Garland and their son moved like many families out of Appalachia to Ohio in search of jobs. According to Raw Vision magazine, to help bring in money, Adkins began carving wooden roosters to sell. She would hunt the nearby woods for the right kind of sticks, often maple tree twigs and branches, and sometimes she would pay her young son Mike a small amount to gather them for her. Her work continued to evolve, and carved animals would sell at local outdoor markets for around $32. Returning to Kentucky in 1983, she began selling her carvings at a craft gallery in Moorhead, Kentucky, where it was then noticed by folk art dealer Larry Hackley, who introduced her artwork to collectors and galleries outside of Kentucky. While her neighbors would make fun of her biblical characters, whimsical animals, and whatever this is, they kept telling her she needed to go take art lessons, but Minnie persisted. And in 1985, several of her works were included in the collection of the Kentucky Folk Art Center and are now in many public and private collections like the Smithsonian, as well as the American and International Folk Art Museums. Today, Minnie Adkins is 91 years old and still making art. She now enjoys renown as a carver throughout a region rich in the wood carving tradition. If you're driving through eastern Kentucky and there's a nice breeze outside, you may catch Minnie sitting on her front porch carving one of her iconic figures. If not, She'll sit inside on her recliner in her living room with a towel on her lap to catch the shavings from the wood as she whittles.
And here's Minnie.
Some people says they can look at a piece of wood and it speaks to them and tells them what it wants to become. I've whittled all my life, but if I picked up a piece of wood and it started talking to me, well, that would scare me real bad. So I just pick up a piece of wood and decide what I want to make with it and what I want it to look like, and I try as hard as I can to do that.
Thanks, Minnie.
Her work will surely put a smile on your face. Her story, hopefully, will as well. And her artwork won't break your bank if you're looking to start your collection, just like me and my children a few years ago when we decided we needed a piece by Minnie Adkins, and it needed to be this purple polka-dotted Terminator that now sits on the shelf in my 4-year-old's room, as it was one of his top picks when he got to choose all of the artwork that he wanted to be in his room.
And here's Minnie again.
So I made this purple creature, and I give him yellow teeth and put pawpaw seeds in his mouth that looked like roaches, and I called him a roach terminator.
Oh, that's what it is.
You too can purchase artwork from Minnie Adkins at a few places if you're interested, including but not limited to Possum County Folk Art and Collectibles. And if you're ever driving through Eastern Kentucky on a beautiful breezy day, keep your eyes out for the 91-year-old wood carver, Minnie Adkins, who might just be on her front porch whittling her latest and greatest wood-carved animal.
For somebody to buy something from me and then send me a card back, how they enjoy it, and a picture of where they've set it in their home, that is really a uplift to me, to know they enjoy what I do.
Thanks for terminating.
Say thanks for Terminator, Minnie.
Thanks for Terminator, Nemi.
You say Minnie?
Minnie.